Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and today we're going to fix a problem that nobody even realized I had. You see, I forgot something on the cover of 4-color number 1203, The Wondrous Adventures of Pinocchio. There's something I forgot to do. So I went ahead and fixed it, and you can see it on this video here, along with a few other things that were kind of unexpected. I didn't really plan on them showing up when they did. And but let's just watch the video. So I got to thinking about this, and I realized that I haven't resized the page yet, so I need to go ahead and do that, which means it's going back in the humidity chamber. Before I do that, I noticed I still have a couple of I have a little tear here that needs to be sealed and two here that need to be sealed. So I'm going to go ahead and seal those while you're not looking, and then put it in the humidity chamber once it's dry. Or I'll do that, or I'll put the seals on there after I take it out of the humidity chamber, but before I'm going to do it while you're not looking. I'm going to seal those up. So the cover's in the humidity chamber, and I'm going to pull it out in a few minutes. It's been in there for about 24 hours, so it should be nice and damp. But before I do that, let me show you a little surprise I got today. Now, they're not that much. It's not that much of a surprise because I bought them. The first is the gold key, Walt Disney's Wonderful Adventures of Pinocchio, and I don't know, it's in pretty good shape, actually. It's in really nice shape. I'll be pressing this pretty soon. And the reason I got them was I was thinking maybe I could use this in place, use one of the wraps from this to replace this wrap. Now, the reason I opened it to the centerfold is because I want to check and see the difference in the size. This is the one that I'm working on, and as you can see, it's close, but there's about a 1/16 of an inch difference on the inside. If there's that much of a difference on the inside, it's even greater difference on the first wrap. So I'm not going to be able to use this one to do the repair on this one. So that's unfortunate. But like I said, this one's in pretty nice shape. It should clean up real good, and then I'll press it, and I'll have the gold key version of it, which is always cool. And this one I also got. Now this is 4-color number 545, this is number 1203. It's the same comic. It's just this one is a reprint of this one, which may be a reprint of an earlier one. So let's take a look. Let's go back to the centerfold. And this one is not in the best shape in the world, but it does appear to be complete, which is always good. And I may work on this one as well at some point, but if I do, I won't be doing that. And this is about the right. This is good. And what's more, they line up here as well. So I think I can use this one but not in the way you expect. You see, I can't just take this wrap and use it on this comic. Even though it's the same, it's different. See, this one has point of sale 1203-623. This one has point of sale number 545-544. So those numbers are different. Can't use this one to replace this one because then it becomes obvious. What I can do is I can scan this one and print out a portion of the page, and if you look, I held this up to the light and these lines match perfectly. It's exactly the same on this side and this side. The border is exactly the same. And that's unusual for most comics. Now this one appears also, I'm holding it up to the light even though you can't tell, I can. And again, the border lines up perfectly. So I can print out half of it and then print both sides of the page. I'll print it on newsprint. I'm going to use newsprint for this. And then I can attach, I can do a fill. And I'll do the same for the back. I hope. Yes, I can. So that's what we're going to do. And then, like I said, at a later date, I will work on this one, and this one pretty much just needs the cover worked on, and maybe one or two of the pages. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Happy about that. Would have been nice to be able to just insert the whole page, but yeah, it is what it is. So that's what I'll be doing for the center. Let me go get the, we'll set this down. Let me go get my cover. Now I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, James, you've humidified this thing way too many times. And you might be right. All of the all of the paste is sticky again. That's okay. It's going to get a lot stickier. So what it was that I forgot to do? I forgot to add methyl cellulose. I forgot to resize the paper. So that's what we're going to do right now. And I know I'm doing it on the inside. I'm going to do it on the outside as well. And you see, I'm going over everything, including the pulp that I added, which may or may not be a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let me stick this on here, flip it over. We're going to paint the whole thing, both sides. Yes, this could destroy it. This could, getting it this wet could actually remove the pulp that I put on there, which is one of the reasons why I'm putting the Teflon paper on there. And I'm going to go put this in the press and let it sit overnight. Let's take a look, see how it turned out. Of course, we know it's going to be good, just because it was good to start with. The paper's a little stiffer, which is what I wanted, so that was a good thing. It turned out just about the way I wanted. I still have the cut, because I still need to cut some tingujo that I added just before I did the methyl cellulose, which in hindsight may not have been a good idea, and it's probably better to go ahead and add the methyl cellulose before you do the tear seals, but I didn't. And as you can see, there's quite a few tear seals I added. Little tiny tears that I didn't notice before. And I'm going to try and experiment with this. We're going to see if we can add a little sheen to this. It doesn't, you know, it's kind of dull. There's a little tiny sheen, but we're going to see if we can't accentuate that, bring that out a little bit. What I have here is an unscented dryer sheet. It's just a generic one that I picked up at the dollar store, and we're just going to start easily rubbing it over this to see if we can bring back any of the sheen that was there before. Now the reason I use unscented ones is so that I can't smell them. And I don't know that this will work at all. I've seen it on other videos and I decided to give it a try. And what better to give it a try on than the comic book I'm currently working on, which is Dell 4-color 1203, Walt Disney's The Wonderful Adventures of Pinocchio. Now, I didn't do that for very long, but yeah, okay, maybe. I don't really notice any difference, but maybe you have to do this for a really long time. It does feel smoother though. And I'm putting a little pressure on it, not a lot, but a little bit. Probably 2 to 3 pounds of pressure, which actually I guess that is a lot. I wouldn't do this with a cotton round. I wouldn't put this much pressure with a cotton round. Let's see how it looks. You know, I think it did add a little bit to it. And it is a lot smoother than what it was. And even where I added the yeah, even where I added the paper here, or the pulp, even that's a little shiny. So I think it does work. It just takes a long time. We'll go over it one more time and then call it good. After all, we're not trying to get this perfect. We just want to make it look better and be able to read it. Yeah, I'm going to call that good. And like I said, it's a lot smoother than it was. You know what? We're going to do the inside too. If you're going to do something to the outside, you probably should do it to the inside as well. It's like a mathematical equation. Whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll go back to me. That's going to be the end of this video. In the next video, we'll start working on the interior. In particular, this first page of the interior. We are going to do a soak, and we are going to soak it in Bestine to try to get this color a little less. But I'm going to have to put this in my humidity chamber first so that I can flatten it out well. Can't put it in my humidity chamber right now because I have a Cerebus comic in my humidity chamber right now. So we'll start working on this on the next video and see what we can do about these fills that I plan to do. And yeah, we'll go from there. There you go. That was actually kind of fun for me to do. The dryer sheets, and this is, I mean, I picked them up at the dollar store. Notice the fresh or free and clear. They've got a couple of different names for that. Depends on the brand you get. Those seem to work fine. I was actually a little surprised that the sheen came back a lot better than I thought it would. And the cover is really smooth now, whereas it was a little bit rough before. So it works. And of course, that was the point of the experiment. And this whole thing, this whole project has been one experiment after another, it seems like. The use of the Bestine on the cover just to lighten the brown, that worked pretty well. Didn't take the brown completely out, but that's okay because it's the provenance of the comic. It shows that it's not perfect, and I'm not trying to get it to be perfect, but it's definitely a whole lot better. The cover is. Yeah, next time we're going to start working on the interior. And I don't know where it's going to go from here. I really don't. But I'm enjoying it. I said in the next video, it's not going to be the very next video I post. It'll be the next video in this series. The next video I post will be one of my comic book basics videos. And yeah, that's where we're going to go from here. So we'll see you Wednesday night on Coffee with Chaos, 8 o'clock Central. More people need to show up and watch it. We have a pretty good time talking, and I show some comics. A lot of times they're comics that people have never seen before. Sometimes they're out of my collection, sometimes they're new. You never know. I just show stuff. In the meantime, have yourself a great week, and we'll see you Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Do all that YouTube stuff. Bye.